First of all, thanks for what a great turnout. Thanks for coming out and supporting these seniors and these events all season long. We appreciate that. And my thanks to Gary. It's been said many times about that. Gary does so much for the university, all of our programs. He's got a real love of the programs, and more importantly, I think he truly enjoys the people, and I can say that from my end. It's been great to work with Gary over the last 12 years. He's a great professional, but beyond that, a great friend. So Gary, I appreciate that. Thank you. Josh, I too would like to welcome you and really appreciate you being with us, and more so appreciate all that you do for us, so we appreciate all your service. Thank you. Thanks for being here. As always, thanks to the I-Club. Bob has done a great job all season long. Could have been a little more enthusiastic, but outside of that, you've done pretty well. So we appreciate all the efforts there. This is a great event. Appreciate the support. The band, Spirit Squad, dance team have all been recognized and add so much to it, and continued your streak on the door prizes. Yeah, you guys have the 5th year or 6th year from the NCAA coming back next year. That's great. Congratulations. That's good. Should we do that with some of our players? Not all bad. And you let a Minnesota person come in, huh? Very impressive. Very impressive. Not bad. Sounds like you get a little sympathy vote from your Padres there, so good deal. I also want to thank Marv, and first of all, Marv's a lot smarter than I am. He coaches for a hobby, okay? But it's such a, Marv's one of the great stories, I think, of this program, and he touched on, what it's all about, and that's really what Marv embodies. I'll never forget the meeting where it was decided to give Marv Cook a scholarship. It was kind of there wasn't a lot of support on the staff for Marv's candidacy, and I'm guessing as a high school player, might have looked a little bit like Dallas Park. I'm just guessing. Marv wasn't the biggest guy, played at a smaller school and all that. And I remember all the debate, and I just remember Bill Brazier being very passionate about Marv. He knew Marv, knew his mother, and felt very strongly about it. And Coach Fry finally decided, okay, even though Bill wasn't going to be coaching Marv, he decided we're going to give Marv a scholarship. And it was about 6 to 8 months later, there were several coaches on the staff trying to get Marv at that position, and Coach Fry put his foot down and said he's staying at tight end. The rest was history. Obviously went on and had a great career here as a player, and a great career in the NFL, Pro Bowl player like Joel Hilgenberg, and but beyond that, he's gone on and had great success in his adult life. He's raised a great family. He's done very well professionally, and like I said, he coaches for a hobby. I'm very envious, and we wish you the best tomorrow with your championship game. That's going to be fantastic in the Dome. So good luck to you guys. How lucky is Regina to have Marv and that staff? And I'll try to move fast because we want to get to the seniors, but I'd be remiss if I didn't introduce our staff. And you've already met our student trainers, managers, and video people. And it takes an awful lot of people to make a football team go, a college football team go. We've got a lot of people involved. And I'm so fortunate we work with great people. I work with a great group of young people. You'll meet them here in a minute. And the staff that I get to work with every day is just absolutely fantastic. They're great football people. More importantly, tremendous teachers, tremendous communicators, great, I think, role models and mentors, and just great human beings. So I'm going to start our rundown. Please hold your applause. But our offensive coordinator, quarterback coach Ken O'Keefe, he's here with his wife Jo. Phil Parker, our secondary coach. Daryl Wilson coaches our linebackers and helps with special teams. Rick Kaczynski, our defensive line coach. Reese Morgan, our offensive line coach, is here with his wife Jo. Lester Erb coaches our backs and special teams. His son Jake is with him. Eric Johnson coaches our tight ends, is our recruiting coordinator. Eric Campbell coaches our wide receivers. Our defensive graduate assistant is Charlie Bolin. Offensive graduate assistant is Dave Rye. 2 other former players. They're back doing a great job. Shane Dowdy and Ben Hansen are our student assistants. And then we also have Scott Southmaid, who's our quality control coach, and assisting him is LeVar Woods, another Iowa grad, over on my right. Chick Igiazzi, another Iowa grad, is our director of player development. Matt Engelbert coordinates our video, does a great job there. And Paul Federici, who organizes everything. He's floating around somewhere. He's out in the hall, okay, out in the wings there. And John Streif is probably somewhere between here and the Dominican, where are they, the Virgin Islands, out there playing basketball. I always make that joke, basketball coaches are a lot smarter than football coaches. Football coaches take their teams to Syracuse, Pittsburgh. Basketball always goes to the Virgin Islands or Hawaii, something like that. So, but I know John has been down there. I know he's on his way back, and I don't know how he does it. He's absolutely unbelievable. And then last but not least, our strength and conditioning staff do a wonderful job. Chris Doyle is right there. Ray Braithwaite, Al Weber, and Dustin Baffey. Rounds out our staff. I think we got everybody, so appreciate that. I'll try to move fast, but real quickly, it has been a while since we've been here, and it's been an interesting 3 weeks to say the least. And kind of a snapshot of the way things can go. I think we had a great victory here a couple weeks ago, tough road victory, and we did win that game, contrary to some popular belief. We did win the game in Indiana, and then last week a very, very disappointing loss. And it's interesting. I talked to our players about this. As coaches, we don't get out an awful lot. My first exposure to the real world, I guess, would. Let me rephrase that. My first exposure to outside interfacing would be with the media conference on Tuesday, and then I get out to the talk show on Wednesday night and join Gary, and I probably get a little sense during that time of what our players encounter every day out on campus. And I guess my point there is, it's really hard to predict what's going to happen. And going back to January, I've been asked 8 million times about how we're going to deal with hype and expectations, and we've talked to our team about that an awful lot. Hype and expectations really are externals. And, the bottom line is we've been very careful to make any proclamations out of our camp. And mainly because I think if anybody is competitive or you pay attention to competitive activities, it's a long, hard road. Long, hard road to become a champion, long, hard road to get to a January bowl, etc. And the other part about it is there's no way to predict, absolutely no way to predict. And if people could, I imagine they'd probably go to Las Vegas, work for a year, and then retire. So, the interesting part about sports is just how the road goes and how you handle the bumps and the ups and downs. And basically, what we've always talked to our players, these guys have been hearing it from the day they walked in 2006 or 2007. We want to try to operate at a championship level. And basically, it's in 3 areas: their academic life, their personal life, and their athletic life. And it's about as simple as that. It's been that way for 12 years. So, we try to use those as our guiding principles, and that's what we'll continue to do. And bottom line is this: we've got 3 weeks to go right now, 3 more opportunities to hit the field, and create some great moments like Marv alluded to, and that's really the fun of this whole endeavor: the companionship, the people that we get to work with on a daily basis, going through the ups and downs, much like you do in life, and how you handle those things together is really what it's all about. So, we've got 3 games ahead of us right now. We all felt bad Sunday, no question, and probably lingered a little bit longer than that. But our attention has really turned over to Ohio State, and that's where it should be right now. We're excited about the game tomorrow, certainly. We've got 4 great guys leading the football team out there. We've got Adrian Claiborne, Carl Klug, Brett Greenwood, Ricky Stange will be our captains. We're honored and thrilled to have Dan Gable join us as our honorary captain this afternoon. To me, one of the great, not only all-time competitors in any sport, but one of the great all-time coaches. It's amazing he came back and did a clinic, spoke at our clinic about 8 years ago, and I did some research on his coaching numbers, and boy, it's amazing. I mean, he makes his win percentage, makes John Wooden or people like Barrett Bryant look like amateurs. It's just absolutely phenomenal. So we're thrilled to have Dan with us, and we're also excited about the fact that we get to play an outstanding team. Ohio State's very strong in all 3 areas. They've got an excellent offensive football team, an excellent defensive team, and they're very good on special teams. They're very well coached, so it's going to be a great challenge. We had a great game with them last year, certainly. Went right down to the wire in overtime, and we expect tomorrow to be a great game too. So it's going to be a lot of fun to compete against an outstanding opponent.